Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome for a special edition of Alta Spotlight. Hey, you know who run the world? The ladies do. This is for our Visionistas 2021. Today we got my girl Megan in the building. Say hello, Megan.
Hi, everybody.
We're excited to be with you for Author Spotlight, where I go behind the scenes with best-selling authors from around the globe. This special edition is dealing with the Visionistas Conference 2021. For those who are watching this, will be able to participate on March 20th. Make sure that you go and register. There information for that. But today we got Megan on, and I love, just to hear from Megan because Megan knows how to flow. That's my girl. If you don't even know, Megan knows how to flow. We was talking about some stuff that we can't share with you all, whatnot, but she knows how to adapt and overcome. And speaking of that, Megan, as far as this particular book with Visionistas, if you don't mind, share with us why did you even participate in Visionistas?
Well, I have not always been an entrepreneur, obviously, but I feel like it was important for me to share my story because my husband was an entrepreneur first. And when I had to, be the wife of an entrepreneur and learn all of the behind the scenes things, not only did it give me confidence to start my own brand and my own business, but I just felt like it was important to let other women know that if they're in the situation where they feel that conflict like I did of, well, do I have time to even start my own business because I'm so busy helping my husband and running house and doing all of the things, that maybe I don't have time, but I promise you have time. You can do it.
Mm. So Megan is letting us know no excuses,
No
no excuses allowed, people. Now I didn't say it, Megan said it. I don't want anybody around there. Darren, don't you be telling me you don't understand what it is to raise these kids. Nope, Megan said it and she has kids as well. So you can get it done. But I think I want to I want to extract and go deeper into what you just brought up because I know there's some out there who are thinking, I know I'm helping my husband or my significant other, whatever that looks like, whatever the family dynamic is. Or you might not have be in a marriage or have a significant other, but you thinking to yourself, I might be in this 9 to 5 right now, and I
Yeah.
don't think that I have enough time. Or I might be in school and I might think to myself, I have to get my degree first, or I'm too young. I might be in high school for those who are watching this, whatever it is, or I might be a senior. Oh, and I think, okay, what do I know? I can't create an app for Facebook. I think what Megan is sharing with us too is that if we prioritize, what you're currently doing might not be the way to go. But when you take a deeper look into what your schedule look like, and if you make it important enough, or if you get outside help where you got the blinders, and someone can help you take the blinders off and show you another way to look with your peripheral to see an opportunity that you didn't see at first that was already there, then I think that you can go to the next level. But I believe we all have something that we can add. So if you got that little nudging and you know to yourself, you're fired up listening to Megan and you listening to this, and you know I can do something more, but you don't know if you should go and move towards that. We want to say definitely move towards that. And Megan, far as with you, because you actually have been through this process. So what would you suggest, or what were some things that you were able to do to make that pivot? Because it's one thing to say, I can't because I got all this, and you do have quite a bit that you were already doing. You just wasn't with Josh, so to speak, with run the business. I mean, you worked in the business. Like it's not like you was on the sideline looking around and whatnot, not knocking that either, but you were dealing with some real work or whatnot with team members, payroll, and Lord knows keeping Josh lined up, that's a full-time job, and not even including the children and everything else and your personal health. So what would be some steps, or what were the steps that you took to start pivoting and going towards your own brand and doing some things that you knew that you could do?
Well, I just want to be clear. I'm still doing all of that for Josh. I'm still working in his business. I'm still handling team members, handling payroll, doing all of the day to day in his business. But I think the biggest thing for me is I'm just so passionate about helping entrepreneur relationships, and whether that's a business relationship with entrepreneur between entrepreneurs, or like a husband and wife, or boyfriend girlfriend, or whatever the dynamic is at home, is just that's greatest passion, is just helping people figure out how to work together, whether it's just living in a house together or working in business together or working two businesses together simultaneously, that they have to come home and figure out how to do life together. But I'm so passionate about it that I find the time. Like I doesn't matter. I'm like, there's 28 hours in this day and I'm going to make it happen because I'm so passionate about it and I just want it to be done and I want to help other people so much that I just make time for that.
And thank you for sharing that, Megan. And for those who are listening, you have to be selfless. And that's what you're hearing with Megan here, is that she's passionate about it, but that's also correlates to being selfless, because like she brought up, she didn't retire from all the other responsibilities, but what's important, she makes time. So even though it's 28 hours in a day, don't let that go past your head. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's 28 hours in a day, she finds a way to get it done because she realizes that, hey, that's a family that's going to make it, or that's someone who's going to be able to actually employ someone and give someone another opportunity that society might have disenfranchised or pushed to the side. We create the opportunities for ourselves through entrepreneurship, by helping changing people's lives, whether it's helping them take their kids to college, whatever that situation may be, or just taking care of themselves or having a sense of purpose. So don't limit what you can do or what that one idea could be or what it could manifest into. Just move forward and do the things that you can do. And I think I've shared this with you all, you and Josh too, of the importance. I think the message that you all have is because there's content out about relationships, but it's not the right content out for, I would say, for those who do business. So it could be just wrote off. Either it could be you listen to someone who has no idea, because certain things won't work in the framework of those who do entrepreneurship. But I believe too, the counter to that, the other extreme, Megan, is the importance of those, like the type like me and Josh, who might just write it off. Okay, who are you to try to tell me you don't understand the nature of the beast and what it takes to be able to close deals and do all this stuff? This is what I just got to do. You got that party as well. So you got this party that's over here that everybody's going to have the same type of day every day. You're going to be here at lunch at this time. You're going to have dinner at this time. Then you have the other, you don't understand, just grind, 34/7. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. I see the kids and family whenever I get a chance. So can you talk to that, the uniqueness of the angle that you're bringing for as helping couples or helping those in relationships by being able to find some middle ground with the two parallels that's going on?
Yeah, I did a lot of research when Josh really started opening his own business, or at least running the one that he did before he opened this one. Just because he was gone all the time. And he would always tell me, well, it's not like I get off work at 5 and can be home at dinner for 6 and tuck the kids into bed. And I understand that. My biggest thing though is he'd always be like you just said, like, well, you just don't understand what I go through on a day to day. So I did a lot of research on wives of entrepreneurs. There really wasn't a lot of information out there for women in that kind of position. So I knew that that was problem number one that I needed to figure out. Problem number two is I'm like, well, he's right. Like I really don't understand. And it's not like I have no dog in the fight as far as that's concerned because I don't understand it. So I fully immersed myself in his business. And now he can't run it without me. So that's fine. But in reality, like if I don't understand something, that's what I do is I delve into it, I research it, I put myself physically in that situation to try to understand it better, to come out with the, oh, but I do understand, and I understand that you're not doing this because it's not beneficial to our marriage. That's one of our biggest things that we live by is if it's not beneficial to our marriage, why are we doing it? So we have non-negotiables. Every Tuesday night is Taco Tuesday and movie with the kids. Last night we didn't have tacos, but we had cabbage rolls. But we all sat down together as a family at 6 o'clock, had dinner, and watched a movie with the kids. So there's non-negotiables in our relationship that we set time aside for specific times with family, and we use our calendars religiously of this is where we have a shared calendar, and I have one color, he has one color, family's one color, just so he can see like where I'm at, what I'm doing. He actually came in and brought me coffee. He's like, I see you're getting ready to get on a call. So he brought me coffee. But it's just like that, those little respect things of like, hey, I know she's busy, or hey, I know he's busy. Is this worth having a conversation about right now? Or is it something that we need to wait to do it later? Just because I don't want to overload him. But now that I'm running my own business, he understands what I'm doing and he doesn't want to overload me either. So it's just really, the communication is so important, and coaching, we getting help from outside sources.
Mm. See, I'm hearing some things here. I'm hearing a common denominator of serving one another,
Yeah.
loving one another. Now, whatever language term you want to use, but that's the key to it. It's about action, and so those love languages or whatnot, for us understanding the other person, thinking of what their needs are, and I think it's amazing by you getting into the business. I think it's by the family having clarity of what the load is for each person. I think it cuts out the excuses, but I think also it's a place of empathy there, where you can, where you can, empathize, or you can sympathize with someone, because you can say, okay, hey, you know what, you knocked out several things today. Normally I might be somewhat upset about this, but I was in the office with you, or I was with you to see what you dealt with today. So where I would normally be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, I'm somewhat able to chill a little bit because I know what you went through. But then also I know like, no, no, sir. Sitting up there on Instagram all day playing Candy Crush, boy. No, no, we're not gonna play that. It wasn't that hard of a day for you. I think even with the kids too, by having that combination where the both of you have an understanding and know that that's priority, and it's imperative to create those boundaries or whatnot, and have those days and times set even on the calendar, and I think it's measurable. I think that's something that's a gulf in some of the relationships, because just that tip, I don't want us to miss that, because that was a light bulb in my head. Even the color codeness. So now we live by our calendar as well. So by you having those color codes, now I'm able to understand, oh, this family. So I'm operating. I don't have to do some polar opposite than what I'm already used to. I'm already used to utilizing my phone or whatnot, my calendar. Now all of a sudden, this is in a rhythm. Now this is not something new to me or foreign, like a new beings that I got to get used to. Now I'm able to see how I can adjust with the family, with the business, with working out all the other things and work together. So for those who are listening to this, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in business, whether it's looking at even being a part of this Visionistas project, the power of partnership, coming together with amazing women to create a cohort of those who are looking at thinking outside the box to make a positive difference around the world. So, when I look at this, I just want to ask you this, Megan. With your own business, you got another book, as well. Could you share a little bit about, even though you have a solo project and you got all these other things, why do you keep pushing the envelope doing something else, as far as thinking outside the box? Because so many people would have said, girl, I'm tired just hearing you talk about what you doing. Child, please. See, it's some people who saying that. I felt it in my spirit right now. you know so talk to that, from being COO to being first, you take care of your own needs, then you get, being a wife, mother, the whole nine. Why take on another project when it's not like you had to do it, but why do that to continue to make an impact?
Well, especially this day and age when all of this, there's just so much stuff on media, whether it's the news or social media about like women are just going at each other, and it just kills me to watch it. I'm like, how do you even have time for that? Like, if you have time for that, then you have time to go out and change the world. You could end world hunger or bring clean water to all of these countries. Like, why are you wasting your time and energy on something so negative? And so when you guys brought me the opportunity for Visionistas, I was like, yes. I grasped onto it and I said, this is what the world needs. We need more women helping to influence other women and helping to lift up other women and be a support structure for women. Like, we give all of our everything that we have to other people. It's just who women are built to be. um, and then I feel like we forget about ourselves, and then we're so hard on ourselves, and you just get lost in the day-to-day commotion of life. And it's just great to have something fresh, new eyes, somebody else that you can maybe relate to. And I love that I think there's 12 of us, right, in this book. And I just love that you can, even though our stories are different, they're very similar, of like where we are at, where we're going, our vision for life. And I just love that you can come from any background, be any nationality, anywhere in the world, and be able to relate to somebody in this book.
You know, I would start singing "I'm Every Woman" and whatnot, but I don't want anybody to send me no letters or whatnot. I don't want y'all to send me any letters. I was just, I thought that was my part. I was about to go in, but I said, you know, no, Darren, don't give them too much sauce. Don't give them too much sauce on this episode. You got to show up on March 20th for Visionistas Conference 2021. I might show up. I might do a guest appearance if they allow me to get in there, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of, you know, security is tight for that event, but definitely register there. But I want, Megan, before we get out of here, I want to be respectful of your time. Please share, how can they connect with you? Because I know people are thinking like, man, I want to know more from her. I want to know about her brand. I want to connect with her on social media. So any of that information that you have, we will have it in our show notes, but whatever you can share with the people now, please do it.
Yes. So our website is mywifewillcutyou.com. My Instagram is either at the Megan Steinberger, or my business Instagram is at My Wife Will Cut You. And you both the same on Facebook. And we offer coaching. As Darren said, I actually just finished writing another book. That comes out on the 23rd. So right after Visionistas, it will be available. And that one is actually co-written with my husband, and we talk about experiences that we've gone through in the last 12 years together. And we hope COVID will release itself soon, and we can start doing in-person events and coaching in person instead of just virtually.
Well, Megan, I appreciate you taking time out your schedule to do this, and I just want to tell you that you are a rock star. You know, our family love you all, and it's just amazing because what you see here with Megan. I just want to just give this personal testimony is that this is who she is. She really does care about people. She really is helping people. I mean, you know, her and her husband both, they really want to make the world a better place. And so I like aligning with people like that. So when you're listening to this, this isn't when she gets off air, it's a total different person. No, they live their life in the open. They're not hiding anything. They're going to be real. If they screwed up on something, they take ownership. And I think in today's society, instead of us feeling so entitled, I think that we could learn a lot from this family and from Megan and the things that she's doing, her and Josh, by the importance of taking full responsibility for your actions and understanding that you can change it. Guess what? You don't have to stay there. You know, if things isn't right financially, or your company or your family life isn't right, hey, you can do some things. You can make some changes or whatnot that can help you and your family make it. So I want you all to have that. But Megan, before we get out, parting piece of advice or words of wisdom that you can share with us before we close it out.
I think my biggest thing is just always be open, honest, and communicative. Like Darren said, on my social media, I show the good, the bad, and the ugly. It may not be all in my posts, but I promise it's in my stories. So if you keep up with me, you'll see all the bad stuff, as well as the good stuff. Because I don't feel like I can help people without being real myself to everybody. I want to make sure that everybody knows, like, just because you see something perfect on social media doesn't mean that their life is perfect. And you just need to make sure that you're not thinking like, oh, well, I wish I had her life, or I wish I could be like them, because everybody has their own story, everybody has their own problems. And in the world that we're living in today, you just got to survive and find your right tribe to help be there and be supportive of you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Megan, we appreciate you for coming on. As always, it's a pleasure to be able to connect with you. Those, make sure that you who are listening, make sure you go connect with Megan. I'm telling you, definitely get in her stores. I'm cracking out. She's cracking up. She asked me one time, like, is that a member of your team? Because I'm not the only person that utilizes my social media. Is that a member of your team? I'm like, nah, it's me. Like, I'm tripping. I'm laughing on it. I'm putting hearts on that because it's real. And so whenever you get somebody who's truly authentic, and you just like, okay, now these are my people right here. Like the good, the bad, the other stuff with the kids, the whole nine. I'm rocking with it because I'm like, man, I can identify with that. So definitely want to tell you I appreciate you for coming out, and we look forward to connecting with you all soon. Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right. All right. Remember, sign up for Visionistas Conference 2021, March 20th. You can find more information at self-published the letter in 30days.com/event. Until next time, events. Until next time, remember that this is the year for your new book.